Hi, my name is Nicole Criterio, and I'm a child and adolescent psychiatrist at the Baca Oakland Clinic, and I'm also the clinical medical director. So one of the questions that parents often ask me is, what are some of the signs and symptoms of suicide, and what to do if my child makes a suicidal threat? So I'm going to go over some of the facts that we know about suicide. So in the US, about 800,000 people die from suicide each year, and we know that suicide is the #2 leading cause of death of youth and young people between the ages of 15 to 29 years old. So we should take suicide very seriously. Some of the symptoms of suicide are the following, and this information is used for us to be able to let parents understand a little bit more whether their child should seek help if they have any of these symptoms. So some of the symptoms include a change in eating habits or sleeping patterns. So this would be where your child spends a lot of time in bed. You start to notice that your child is skipping meals. We also see often kids withdrawing from things like family or friends or activities that they used to enjoy. Sometimes children also start to show more rebellious acts and also do things like running away. They also start to engage in dangerous activities like drugs or alcohol. There's also an unusual neglect of their physical appearance, and so you might start to notice that your child is not showering, doesn't care what he or she looks like. There can also be marked personality changes. There can be persistent boredom or difficulty concentrating. There can be changes in their performance at school. Oftentimes, they experience physical symptoms, so they can complain of headaches, stomach aches, or long periods of fatigue. There's also a loss of interest in things. So some of these symptoms are just telling of children or teens that may be contemplating suicide. When, of course, children start to think more about suicide and start planning it, there can be a change in their symptoms where they start saying that, making statements like they're a bad person, I won't be a problem anymore. They may start to clean their room or give away possessions that they used to have a lot of meaning for them. And sometimes we also notice that kids start to appear a little bit more cheerful after having periods of depression. And so all of these symptoms can lead parents to think more that their child might be thinking about suicide or planning a suicide. Sometimes I often have parents actually tell me that their teens or children have made suicidal threats. These threats should be taken very seriously. As we know, as I mentioned before, the facts are that it is a #2 leading cause of death. And so if there are any concerns about suicide, you should have your child or teen evaluated by their physician or their mental health professional. I'm also going to be, at the bottom of this video, there is a link for additional resources to help understand some of the signs and symptoms to watch out for when children or teens are thinking about suicide. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that this was helpful.